Introduction series plan. Posted an introduction start here on the Alg0rhythm blog, May 31st, 2010. The focus of this blog is to provide an underlying framework for real discussion about what is going on in our world. Admittedly, a little bit America focused, a vision about what it should be, how we should get there on a societal and personal level, and there's a focus on the meanings of words. In a society where advertising and PR have become so infiltrated into the fabric of our society, newsrooms near political events are brazenly called spin rooms. It is time to focus on the truth. We will also stress keeping comments short and simple, to respect each other's time, foster real discussion, and allow us to spread our newly enlightened paradigm of all levels of education easily. We'll start off with society-wide issues and circle back around to equivalent topics as they apply to personal life and living. We will touch upon great words of great philosophical minds and speakers of the past and present, including Confucius, Buddha, Sun Tzu, Jesus, Einstein, of course myself. Along the way, I hope to develop action groups, learn new things, teach a few things, change the world, dissolve some absolutist ideologies and false oppositional dichotomies, to make and introduce new friends. You will notice I tend to speak absolutely. I do expect to nail things on the head most of the time, meaning nearly always, but refinement always makes things better, and people have to fully understand all the things that are coming. I'm open, however, to being wrong. This is a quest to understand and find the best possible solution, and the real important thing is for us to have the best answer, helping others to understand and making it be real, not you or I being right or wrong. So anything you notice, please let me know. You'll probably also teach me something, but be open to the possibility that it may be you who ends up learning something, and this is an interaction we should all endeavor to do each and every day. And I wrote that a long time ago, and the one part that I want to update on that is I definitely learn from people every time I talk to them. And the funniest thing is that even when I criticize other folks, I immediately feel and see some of the criticisms as they can be reflected to me. But again, it's a matter of degree, and sometimes degree does matter. Even if some people do something, also other people doing it way more is, a problem and needs to be dealt with. There's allowable levels, and that issue of degree, it does make all the difference in the world. Because, none of us are perfect, and almost all of us have something to give. But also, regardless of how wonderful people are, they all have flaws and they all make mistakes. But I definitely learn every day from the people I talk to, and then sort of not only about the things that they're doing, but also how I'm reflecting upon them. And so even from my enemies, you can learn. And these are, and in fact, from your enemies, you'll find pictures of yourself that are more accurate than most of your friends will tell you. So, and you also have to know when they're trying to distort it to hurt you. So, yeah, that's life. It's a lot of dualities and dichotomies, and that's why we need to talk about things and really use the wisdom of the past to craft a new future. So back to the other part. We start off with a piece that underscores the necessity of understanding words to the world. The second will be war, because it's Memorial Day and it seems to be the biggest no-brainer in terms of what needs to be done. We will see that it is actually very much intertwined with economy and energy. I'm going to try to do 3 a week. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I do have to do at least that. I'm a slow writer, and I expect to be very busy very soon. All true. 2 general concepts, or 1 or 2 off, about the BP oil spill and the Republican propaganda machine. Hannity talking about going back to the wisdom of Reagan burns me. Don't get it twisted. but I think I'm as right-wing as I am left, but most Dem politicians need to be thrown, preferably physically, out of office. But those Fox guys are bold-faced, straight-faced liars. Well, this was recently proven by the Dominion case. They knew that the Trump election fraud claims were bogus and laughable from jump. They didn't do anything about it and promoted it, even though they thought it was a lie, although I doubt they even made a real effort to do due diligence and check. But they certainly did it to make money. And they fooled a lot of people. Hundreds of millions of people gave, or not hundreds of millions of dollars rather, were given to review the election, and there's just not really anything to indicate that there was fraud. And in any event, if there is such fraud, and this is where it gets a little interesting, it shouldn't, one, algorithm is a set of steps to answer a question. And the question of whether or not an election was stolen should never be that hard to answer. You could audit every voting record in this country for less than $1 billion, and the controversy is spent many times more than that in terms of government time, in terms of U.S. taxpayer talking time, and in terms of us not really paying attention to the things that the changes that we actually need to have made. So, I've softened a little bit, even Reagan, there's some value in understanding the precedence of what he did, although in general, I think a lot of things he let loose in terms of the forces of commerce, which, you can want a good commercial engine, but it always has to have some regulation. Otherwise, it goes to just another form of tyranny. Any form of power goes to that. It's called the iron law of oligarchy. And we go in civilizational cycles, and we're trying to come out of one where the concepts change because of a massive per capita increase in wealth worldwide, really, but certainly heavily focused in the United States. The rise in material wealth over the last 60 years or 80 years has been astonishing, and the baby boomers came in on the end time of the building, and just kind of got used to running things and don't have the real concept of the building of the wealth, which was the New Deal, and certainly the war mobilization of World War II. World War II also becoming particularly relevant for this time because of pressing global issues.